In this example, I need to determine the exact values of the 6 trigonometric functions for theta, given the point 5, -12 lies on the terminal side of theta. So I need to sketch in my point. So I know x equals 5, y equals -12. So starting at the origin, go 5 to the right, down 12 units. There's my point 5, -12. Now graphing in the terminal side, starting at the origin and going through that point. So there is the terminal side of my angle theta. Now we don't know if theta is positive or negative. It could be the positive angle rotating around like that, or it could be a negative angle that looks like this, or it could be any angle that's coterminal to angle theta that I've already drawn. Because remember, the trig function values for coterminal angles are the same. So now I've drawn in my terminal side. Let me put in my little right triangle. Here's x, here's y. We need to find r to find all 6 trig functions. So remember, r squared equals x squared plus y squared. So r squared equals x squared becomes 5 squared, plus y is -12, so it's -12 all squared. So r squared equals 5 squared is 25, plus -12 all squared. -12 times -12 is positive 144, and 25 plus 144 is 169. So that's the value for r squared. Remember, r is always positive, so it's the positive square root of 169, which is 13. So now I know the value of r, x, and y. I can find all 6 trig functions for my angle theta. It doesn't matter which trig function I find first. I'm going to start with the sine of theta, which defined in terms of x, y, and r is y over r. Well, remember, y is -12 and r is 13. That does not simplify, so that's the value of the sine of theta. Now I'm going to find its reciprocal really quickly. The cosecant of theta is 1 over the sine of theta, which just means I take the reciprocal of this fraction. And how do you take a reciprocal of a fraction? You flip it upside down. So I'm going to get -13 over 12. So that's the value of the cosecant of theta. Next, I'm going to find the cosine of theta. It's x over r. In this case, x was 5, r was 13. So the cosine of theta is 5/13. Its reciprocal, the secant of theta. Remember, that's 1 over the cosine of theta. Take the reciprocal of this fraction, you get 13 divided by 5. Nothing simplifies, so that's the secant of theta. And lastly, I need to find the tangent of theta and its reciprocal. The tangent of theta defined in terms of x, y, and r is y over x. Remember, y is -12, x is 5, so it's -12/5. Nothing reduces, so that is the value of the tangent of theta. The reciprocal of the tangent function is the cotangent function. So the cotangent of theta is 1 divided by the tangent of theta. So it's the reciprocal of this fraction, so it's -5/12. And just to check, this angle terminated in quadrant 4. Which are the two trig functions you expect to be positive in quadrant 4? That's the cosine function, it was positive, and the secant function. Was everybody else negative? Yes, so that's a good check to see if you have your signs correct.